I'm from Owensboro originally, so grew up here, moved away after college, got married, raised a family. We're living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we decided to move back to Owensboro. And so it was a big decision for us. My wife is not from Owensboro, from Detroit, never lived in a city less than 500,000 people. So for her coming to my hometown, it was a big deal. It took me a while to convince her to move here. So when it came time to look for a house, moving to Owensboro from the big city, and we were looking at real estate agents to help us out, we had a very limited time window. We came in for a weekend, so we had 48 hours basically to find a house. My wife didn't necessarily want to use anyone that I knew, and just for the reason of maybe bias. She actually Google searched Ryan and found him out of a list of 100 agents, kind of doing her due diligence, and found ironically what drew her interest initially to Ryan is that he wasn't from Owensboro, although he lived here for a long time, and thought, well, I'm not from Owensboro, this guy's not from Owensboro, maybe we could have a connection, he could kind of help me out and show me where to live. So our budget was a wide range. We had no clue what we were looking for. Didn't know the location of town, didn't know the neighborhood. We just wanted to find something like what we had in Charlotte, which doesn't exist in Owensboro, so that made it even more difficult. We got into Owensboro Saturday morning. He had 10 homes, I think, for us to schedule to go look at. And we drove probably 100 miles from the East County to the West County, north, south. And so after 9 or 10 hours, it was an entire Saturday, we were left kind of in the same position that we started. Well, Ryan was taking cues from us all day, kind of listening as we went into each house and, ooh, I like this, or I don't like that. And while we didn't provide him a specific list of wants and desires, he deducted from our conversation, passive listening, as to what he thought, might really suit us well. The next day he called us, he said, hey, I've got a home, I thought about it all night, I think it's gonna be perfect for you guys, and I really want you to go and see it. He drove us there. It was the first house we looked at Sunday morning. We pulled up, and I will never forget the look on my wife's face. She said, this is it, without even going inside. She's like, the exterior, this is exactly what I had envisioned. Although we weren't able to communicate that to Ryan, he deduced what we want just from our conversation. Went inside, and the interior matched the exterior. She absolutely loved it. And we said, you know what, we're gonna put an offer on this house. And I just remember in that moment thinking, wow, that's a notch above. We were in that house for about 3 years, and our family expanded. And when our family expanded, it was time for us to find a different house. So naturally, given our positive experience with Ryan, he was the guy that called. And so I called him, and what was our dream home, moving to Owensboro, he helped us sell. We sold that home within 2 weeks. He knows how valuable time is, how valuable his customers' time is. So, that to me is very important, that, he is very quick and efficient with this process. So, with that in mind, we actually have some rental real estate properties that my family owns through a secondary business. And so periodically from time to time, we look to buy or sell those properties. And naturally, given my personal experience with Ryan, I thought, okay, well, let's give it a go in the commercial real estate world. And we had a commercial listing for a warehouse on Highway 54 that I called Ryan. We had actually tried to list it ourselves, thinking that the market was hot enough that it's not that we didn't see the value that a realtor brings to the table, but we thought we had enough connections and could adequately market and sell it. And so we had it out there, entertained a couple offers, but we found out very quickly that in the commercial real estate world, it's not as easy as it seems, with buyers wanting to come in, and the contract negotiation piece of that can be very tedious and difficult. And so I called Ryan about 30, 45 days into our self-listing and said, hey, I need some help, man. Can you help me out? And he said, absolutely. He was there the very next day, had the property listed, had the signage put up. Within 3 to 5 days, we had 3 different potential buyers at the table, and he was able to sell that listing in a week. And it just reinforced, the whole reason why you want to work with a realtor and a realtor like Ryan. Someone who is grounded, someone who is ethical, someone who has the contacts, the relationships, and other buyers of commercial real estate want to work with him because they value and appreciate how he values their time. So it's just it's a win-win, working with Ryan and Siobhan, supporting him in that whole process. So really just the seamlessness, the ease of transaction is the biggest thing. I'm fortunate to know him. I'm fortunate to do business with him, call him a partner, and more than happy to, speak his praises to anyone I meet. If anyone is ever looking for a realtor, he's absolutely the first name that comes out of my mouth.